Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a Let's Build video. What a Let's Build video is about? Well, basically I take a model kit and I'll show you how to put it together. Now, the reason for this is sometimes people struggle with instructions or they have dyslexia. And this is to help them. If you're interested in a new army and you're not sure about certain models, is it difficult to build and how does it look? And again, this is for you. If you have a model kit and you're looking at the sprue and going, that's wow, it's too much. I don't know what to do here. I don't know where to start. Again, this is a visual aid for you guys. For all my regulars here, I would love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute, guys. Right, one thing I forgot to mention that in the intro bit there, if there's something wrong on the sprue, I'll give you a heads up first of all, or a delicate piece that you need to be careful with, I'll give you a heads up. Now, what am I building today? You will see by the thumbnail, I'm building Azrael, Grand Master of the Dark Angels chapter. This is from the Soulforge King box. It's absolutely fantastic sculpt. So before we look at the sprue, tools needed as always. Mold line scraper. You can use a hobby knife or like some sort of surgical blade. If you're using a blade, be careful and let everyone else know in the house that you're using it, because the last thing you want is someone to come and say something to you, scare you and cut yourself. Clippers, most useful part of our tool, the tools that we have. I use some sanding sponge and some fresh one because it looks a bit worn. It's a plastic kit, so plastic glue. I do have super glue at hand just in case. So as always, for everyone that's new, this is what we do now. We look at the sprue. Now, when I heard this guy was coming out in Primaris form, I was like, I really wanted it. Really, wow, it's just an amazing sculpt. I have the old lead one. It isn't that great, but at the time it was fantastic. Now this is just the nuts. Okay, so let's look at the sprue and see what we can see and break it down so it makes it easier for ourselves. Well, there is the body. Okay. Nice and easy. The shoulder pad, there's a foot, some sort of robe, there's this banner top, there's a cloak, gun arm, backpack. There's looks like a lion helm, but it looks like there's the watcher arm on there. Oh yeah, that is the watcher arm. There's his head. I love that head. Some more heads. There's sword arm, or sword of silence, is it? No, sword of something. It's sort of something. I can't remember what it is now. But one thing I just finished the last time on the last Let's Build video, I got too carried away looking at the sprue and not looking at the stat lines. So let me get the stat line up. We'll have a look and see how deadly this guy actually is. Apologise about the rain coming down outside. It's been a horrible week. So here's the stat lines. There's movement of 6, weapon skill 2, ballistic skill 2, so that's pretty good to hitting and shooting. Strength 4, toughness 4, 7 wounds, 6 attacks, leadership 9, and 2 up armor save. He's armed with a bolt pistol, the Lion's Wrath, Sword of Secrets, that's what it is. The other guy has Sword of Silence. Frag grenades, crack grenades, you can only include one in your army because it's named character. So his bolt pistol does normal standard stuff. Lion's Wrath is he's actually master crafted bolt gun type thing. Mastercraft bolt gun and mastercrafted plasma gun. Now you can select one or both of the profiles below to make attacks with. If you select both, then each time an attack is made with this weapon, this phase subtract 1 from the hit roll. So that's absolutely crazy. So you rapid fire 1 each, so you get to shoot both of them, or just shoot one, but you're minus 1 to hit if you do shoot both of them. Sword of Secrets. Well, I'm going to go through the whole gun profile. You can see the standard plasma gun. Yeah, and so the bolt gun. Actually, his bolt gun does better because it's 2 damage. It's actually nice, and it's AP -1. Anyway, Sword of Secrets. It's a melee weapon, +3 to his strength, so that makes his strength 7, which is quite strong. -4 AP, which is actually dirty because it means he can take out Chaos Space Marines in one go. 3 damage apiece. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, an unmodified wound roll of 6 inflicts 1 mortal wound on the target in addition to the normal damage. That is nice. These special rules are here. Where are we? He's Angel of Death. He's in a circle, so he's actually going to give 7 attacks with Shock Assault Troop, I think it's called. He's going to attack in the circle, probably give him another one, I think. So he's dirty number of attacks. There's a 4-up invulnerable save because Iron Halo. Chapter Master in your command phase selects 1 friendly Dark Angel's core or Dark Angel's character unit within 6 inches of this model. Until the start of your next command phase, each time model that unit makes an attack, you can reroll the hit wound. You can reroll the hit roll. Rites of Battle is an aura effect, where a friendly Dark Angel's core unit is within 6 inches of this model. Each time a model in that unit makes an attack, reroll a hit roll of 1. That's nice. So he could actually select 1 unit that's within 6 inches that can reroll the hit rolls, and if they're within 6 inches of him, they can get to reroll any rolls of 1. You think like a squad of plasma guns, or supercharging them, it's just going to be absolutely fantastic. That's quite tasty. Watcher in the Dark. Once per battle, this model can attempt to deny the witch as if it were a psyker. If the model attempted to manifest the psychic power is a chaos psyker, you can reroll the deny the witch test. Now that doesn't really matter too much at the moment. It does for now, but in 10th edition there's going to be no psychic phase. It's going to be like a shooting attack, so I don't know how that's going to work. But anyway, Supreme Tactician. If your army is battle-forged and this model is your warlord, you receive an additional 2 command points, which is tasty. The Lion Helm. While a friendly Dark Angel's infantry or Dark Angel's biker unit is within 6 inches of this model, models in that unit have a 4-up invulnerable save against ranged attacks. That is nice, combined with these 2 as well. That's pretty good. If he's a warlord, he must have the Brilliant Strategist Warlord trait, which is in the Dark Angel's Codex. But that's his stat line. I forgot to do I didn't forget on the last Let's Build. I just got carried away. So anyway, I'm going to carry on getting set up, and I'll come back and we'll start with the first few pieces. Right, so we need D1, D2, which is very simple. This is body D1, D2. I'm going to snip them off, clean them down, and I'll show you how they clip together. And it's very straightforward. Just clips in like that. Now you can see there's a horrible join line there. Camera, stop messing around. There's a horrible join line there, so just have to get some glue into that and just clear that up. Little bits like that. There's a little bit there that I've missed. I'm going to get into that and get that cleaned out first. But that's how it looks. That's the first 2 pieces. My next piece that's needed is number 3, which is this mad bit of cloak here. So I'm going to snip it, clean it, and I'll show you how it goes on. Right, this is very, very simple. In there, there's that little groove bit, and in the inside of this, there is that little bit there, and that basically just sits. You guys push it in from underneath, just sits in there like that. Okay, there's a join line there to get rid of, and I'll just see a dirty little mould line across there. See it? So I'm going to get rid of those bits and glue that into place and come back for the next piece. My next 2 pieces we need are number 13, which is his foot, and number 14, which is a bit of cloak. So I'm going to snip them, clean them, and show you how they go together. And this is a bit of a tricky piece. Had me confused for a little bit. There's a little lip up there, and there's a little lip there. Now on the end of this, there's a little bit that just slots into there, like that. Okay, so you look at that side, you see the foot hanging at the bottom. So I'm going to glue that into place, and I'll show you how it goes onto the actual model. It's very, very easy to go in. Just put it in, and push it away to the top there. Okay, so when you look at it, there's both feet there, and it looks like he's standing, sort of leaning backwards a little bit, lifting his sword up. But I'm going to glue that in, and we're going to come for the next pieces then. Right, so the next pieces that we need is his sword arm, his gun arm, and number 10, which is this little magazine clip. So I'm going to snip those off and show you how they go. The gun, that goes together, and then I'll show you how the arms go on, which is pretty straightforward, but I'll show you anyway. And the magazine clip just goes in the side there. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Now I love that design on guns. I have an assault marine sergeant with a power fist, and I put the bolt gun on this power fist and put the magazine coming out like that. You haven't seen that guy yet because he's finished, but he's not, the rest of the squad isn't, so he hasn't even gone for painting or anything like that. But anyway, I'm going to glue that in and I'll show you how the arms go on. Right, so the sword arm, there's a little nip in the back there, there's a little hole there, it just goes in there. Nice and easy. Now I'm not going to lie to you, there's some dirty mould lines, there's one still there slightly. I'm going to give that a bit more of a sand down across the hands as well. Yeah, so I need to give that a little bit more of a touch up, but that snips in there. And the gun arm just sits on there, nice and easy. Nice and easy. So I'm going to, and he's freestanding there, give that a bit more of a clean down and then glue those on and come back with the next pieces. Right, so here he is. Now you'll see there's a little casting line on his shoulder pad there. Not to worry too much because his shoulder pad's going over the top of him. Now he is freestanding, so I can leave him to dry. I'm actually going to jump ahead now. I'm going to take the backpack off and the banner, on top of the banner, which is 18 and 19. Because the reason is I don't want to be trying to put his backpack on with the banner pole on it and it's coming off. So I'd rather glue it now ahead. So when I do come to glue it on, it's nice and easy and done. So snip those off, clean those down. I'll show you how they go together. First thing off the bat, be careful with this. Yeah, because it's very bouncy. Now, these little bits on the end, they are meant to slot in there, but it's a very, very tight fit. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to just keep nipping a little bit away, either side, until it slots in, but it's meant to slot in there. Meant to slot into there. So that, but that part has to show forward. So when it goes onto the Space Marine, it's got the banner sticking out. So I'm going to carry on with that and I'll come back to you when I've glued it together. Right, so it's on. It's a very tight fit, but it's on. I literally got it into place and then I put some glue on the back of it. So I'll leave it to dry now. And the next part we need is number 18, which is this shoulder pad, and number 11, which is this shoulder pad. And the number 11 goes this side, number 18 goes that side. So when I snip them off and clean it down, I'm going to put them either side and then glue them on. They literally just sit as normal Dog Space Marine on the shoulder pads, on the shoulders of the arms. So I'm going to clean those off, glue those on, and we'll come to the next piece. So I'm going to look at the playback, but this number 11 is this one. And it's number 8 is the other one, not number 18. So number 18 is meant to be number 8, sorry. That's on me. Right, sorry about the rain out there, it's just horrible the whole day. Next one we need is number 5. But as they're getting closer, you can see it's Dark Angel symbol. So the top part is at the top, they'll be up there. So I'm going to snip it off, clean it down, I'll show you where that goes. Right. I've already put the glue on the model, as you can see, but there's a little square there, there's a little square under there, and that literally just slots. I'll get it on there in a second. Just slots on there. Okay. So the next piece that we need, the rain is absolutely desperate out there, is number 4, which is only a small piece as well. Where are you? There he is. Number 4. That's the way it goes. So I'm going to snip that off, clean that down, and show you where that piece goes. I'm just have the soldier on because that rain could be down for an hour or so. Now in his little belt buckle there's a little groove. That's where that slots into. So I'm going to glue that into place. I'll come back and show you. There we go, nice and easy. And the next piece we need is number 12, which is this amazing piece here. Okay, so I'm going to snip it down, clean it, and I'll show you where it goes. Right, this amazing piece actually goes in here. There's a little nip in there, so it goes in there. Oh my, that's terrible out there. There's a little lump that sticks outside there, and that literally just slots in there. Of course I'm going to have to do it off camera because it doesn't want to slot in there now. Oh, that's where it goes. Nice and easy. So now we need this gun holster, which is number 6, which is this piece right here. So I'm going to sit it down, clean it down. I'll show you where it goes. Very easy. And this is very, very easy. So in there's a little nook between the two little plates. There's a little nook on the back of that just slots in there. So I'm going to glue that into place. I can show you. There we go. Nice and easy. Now the next piece is his backpack. Don't need to self-explain to you how that goes on. For those of you who don't know, the square there connects into the square there, and that's as simple as that. Right, now you've got to decide what head you want. You've got this head here that goes with this piece here, number 15, 15 and 16. This goes into the armour suit first of all, and the head goes into it. Or you've got my favourite, which is number 17, which is this bad boy here. I'm going with that bad boy. Even if you go with this head, you've still got the watcher can carry the helmet, so it's not an issue. But I'm going to go with this head here. And it should be pretty self-explanatory. Where the head goes, there's a square peg. Just sits in there. So I'm going to glue it into place and come back for the next piece. Right, so I'll glue into his base. The next two pieces we need is number 20, which is this part of the watcher, and number 21, which is the other side of the watcher. I'm going to snip those off, clean those down, show you how they go together. Like with most of this model, it's very simple. That just goes in there. So I'm going to glue that into place and we'll come back for the next piece. Right, so because my guy's wearing the lion helm, I'm going to get this scarab sword, the scarab, holding the scarab to the watcher. And this is pretty self-explanatory. There's his arm, it just slots in like that. So we're going to glue that into place, and then I'll come back for the final piece. You see I've glued into the base already because there's no need to do anything else with him, so it's glued to the base. The final piece needed is number 24. I'm going to snip it off, clean that and it just goes on the base. So I'm going to glue it onto the base and come back to you again. And there we have it. Nice and easy, very, very simple. I'd give this difficulty rating of maybe a 3. That's a weak 3, to be honest with you. Because it could easily be a 2. There's just a lot of parts to it. And as you've seen, the parts are very easy to put together. There's a couple of fiddly parts. The bits on his chest and the bits around his belt and that. That is a little bit fiddly, and the magazine clip. But they are very straightforward to go in. This little piece up here was where the banner clipped into was a pain, but once I slimmed down enough, it went straight in, not a problem. It's an absolutely fantastic sculpt. I love this sculpt. I'm very happy and very proud that I have this model now and I have it built. It's nice having the model, but when it's sitting there in sprue form, yeah, like this, it's good, it's okay. But when you actually see it like this, it's an even better euphoria. And then when you start putting paint to it and you get it painted, it's even better. So guys, I hope this video's helped at least one person. I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing this amazing model built. If you're not subscribed to the channel, guys, hit the subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing and helps the channel out in a massive, massive way. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. I do apologise about the rain and then the van being in the yard there. And you can see the rain, hear the rain in the background's come down again. But thank you for watching. I'm going to bring you down and show you some pretty pictures. Until next time, take it easy, guys.